Sahajanand Swami Maharaj ni Jai. Vachnamrut number 55. God asks that जीव ने ભજન સ્મરણ નો તથા વર્તમાનનો એક દાઢાવ કેમ રહેતો નથી? Why do we seekers consistently feel inconsistency in our spiritual bliss, in our spiritual efforts? Why do we see so many highs and lows, extreme efforts on some day and just lack of efforts on some other day? And why do we not feel one with God throughout, connected some day and disconnected on other days? Why does this happen? And how to overcome this? In Vachnamrut number 54, the previous one, similar thing is asked. ભગવત ધર્મને આશર્યો જે જીવ તે આંખ્યું મીચીને ચાલ્યો જાય તો પણ પડે નહીં. ગમે તેવો આપતકાળ આવે તોય પણ પોતાના ધર્મમાંથી ખસે નહીં. એવા લક્ષણ કેમ ઓળખાય ને કેવી રીતે આવે? Even if difficult circumstances come, even if the highest temptations tempt a seeker, but how can one attain a state in which a seeker can remain fearless, that even if he lives life blindfolded, he is not going to get distracted or inconsistent on this path? How can he have unshakable faith on his or her own self that come what may, I am going to remain true to my seeking, remain true to my understanding and live up to the expectations of a seeker? And in Vachnamrut 56, again a similar question is asked, that સુખરૂપ એવો જે જીવાત્મા તે પરમેશ્વરનું ભજન સ્મરણ કરતો થકો સંકલ્પ કામનાઓ ને યોગે કરીને દુખ્યો કેમ થઈ જાય છે? After having found the truest and most authentic form of happiness, source of happiness, why does a seeker again and again get distracted and again given to temptations which are materialistic, and because of which he or she gets again inconsistent on this path? In each of the Vachnamruts, God has given beautiful answers to these things. I think most of us seekers will agree that our efforts are inconsistent. Our feeling of bliss, peace and love inside us does fall short. We don't feel fulfilled yet. And then has to be something that needs to be done to make this consistent. So in 54th Vachnamrut, first he says that જે વચન લોપી શકે જ નહીં, એવો જેનો સ્વભાવ હોય તે કોઈ પણ આપતકાળમાં આંખ્યું મીચીને ચાલ્યો જાય તો પણ પડે નહીં. વચન લોપી શકે જ નહીં means one who cannot disobey God even in the slightest, smallest, littlemost of God's advices, instructions, guidelines. If there is 100% obedience in whatever God has said for a seeker to do, think or behave, if there is 100% obedience in that, then come what may, that person will never get distracted or faltered. So now the next question would be how to achieve that kind of obedience. And he says, પોતાના સંબંધીને વિશે મૂઢપણે મહિમાને ગુણ ના સહારા વગર જેમ પ્રીતિ ને પ્રસંગ રહે છે તેવો ને તેવો પ્રસંગ જો ભગવાનના ભક્ત સંગાથે કરે તો વચન લોપી જ ન શકાય. How we love our family without any reason. We don't need an excuse to love our family. We don't know mahatmya of our family members because of which we fell in love with them. We have not seen gunas of our parents or children or brothers or sisters because of which we are in awe of them and we love them for a reason. Without any reason, fundamentally, we love our family because there is a sense of belonging, because it is family, because there's a blood relationship, anything. And how we do prasang of our family. Prasang means how we stay in company of our family, in highs and lows, in difficulties, in happiness, in celebrations, in mourning, come what may. We live with and we love our family like nobody else. Like that, the day when we fall in love with God, God's seekers, God's propagators, our gurus with saints, when we are going to love them like that, how we love our family, that's when we are going to obey them, abide by them unconditionally, consistently, with no terms and conditions, without any transactional intent. We are going to have that kind of a bond with God and God's saints. મોટા પુરુષની સેવામાં ખબરદાર થઈને રહે તેના તો સર્વે પાપ ભસ્મ થઈ જાય. When one is going to stay in constant companionship of Motta Purush, Satpurush, Gurus, well-wishers, spiritual masters, then their company is such that in their company nobody can disobey. In their company consistency is bound to happen, but we don't even stay in their company consistently. Sometimes we are, sometimes we are not. When we are in their company, we feel highs on our spiritual seeking. When we are not in their company, we feel spiritual lows. Their company gives us those vibes in which our efforts see consistency. But if we don't even stay in their company consistently, how are we ever going to have our seeking going consistent or persistence, or how are we going to feel that bliss consistently? And hence, he says, we need that company, we need that companionship. We need upasana and nishtha, he says in Vachnamrut 56. Without upasana and nishtha, what is upasana? Constantly staying in the feet of spiritual masters. Asan, asan near their feet. Nishtha, a sense of unbreakable belonging, a sense of unshakable faith and belief in God and God's seekers. That upasana and nishtha are the causes which give siddhi to our sadhans, he says. All our purusharth will only see results when the ingredient of upasana and nishtha are added to it. ઉપાસના અને નિષ્ઠાના બળે કરીને આત્મા અનાત્માનો વિવેક ના સાધન ને વૈરાગ્યના સાધન સિદ્ધ થાય છે. If we are going to constantly put in a lot of hard work of detachment, hard work of sadhana, hard work of reminding ourselves that I am a Atma, I am not this body, all that Atma Gyan is not going to get siddhi or success till upasana and nishtha ingredients are added to it. ઇષ્ટદેવ ના બળ વિના કોઈ સાધન, કોઈ પુરુષાર્થ સિદ્ધ થાતા નથી. માટે ગોપીઓ જેવી પ્રેમ લક્ષણા ભક્તિ હોય તો જ સર્વે સાધન સિદ્ધ થાય છે. Do we sometimes feel that I'm putting in efforts for years and years together, but it's not getting me any spiritual results? It's because we don't have prem lakshana bhakti like the gopis. Gopis loved God not for any reason, but how we love our family without any reason, without any cause. We don't need justification or reasoning for that, but we love our family. Just like that, gopis loved God. They didn't need any explanation for it, or they didn't need any proof to love God. The day we fall in love with God like that, we will believe whatever he says, we will abide by him. Because we abide by him, our upasana and nishtha will be drud. Because that will be drud, we will constantly be in the company of Motta Purush. And because of that, all the efforts will start showing consistent results. Moral of the story, we need preeti with God like the gopis loved Krishna, that kind of a preeti, like how we love our family, that kind of a fundamental preeti. We need vachan palan. We need to obey and abide by whatever God tells us. Constant guidance of God needs to be followed, understood, and implemented. And we need constant prasang of Satpurush. Nobody can swim the ocean without a ship. We will not be able to swim the ship of the ocean of life without the ship of a Satpurush. We need their prasang. Only then will we feel drad dadhav in our spirituality. If we want consistency on the spiritual path, these ingredients are very, very, very much needed. Sahajanand Swami Maharaj Ni Jai.